Now, boy, come at me. Ridiculous. He cannot cut with that grip.
Guarding, huh? That is foolish. Such a thin sword cannot... However, Sensei has only a bokken. Perhaps... it might...
Okay, let's be real. All light players look like this. When I'm fighting them, this is what I imagine in my head right away. I mean, think about it. All those light teammates that you've had that has thrown games, all those light players who play with a sword, those triple Q teams that go in tournament and just kill everyone. This is what they look like. Okay, all jokes aside, I love you light players. You guys are cracked. I don't even know how to explain. But that's not what we're here for today. We are here for the spear. I have done a bit more testing and found some new things, and here I will showcase them now. Just a note, if you have not watched the first spear primer, please go watch it now, as it includes some basic things like emote cancelling and whatnot. Yeah, go watch it. Another thing I want to mention is time to kill. So we did talk about time to kill a little bit last time, but I didn't go further into it as the results were really insignificant. But now I've discovered that if you do a mouse one or do a light attack as you slide towards the enemy, the lock on will trigger. Hopefully, sometimes it doesn't. But what you can do is you can do a left click and then you can do 2 heavy attacks to finish them off, and then you would cancel the third attack. And because it's the third attack, you won't have any sprint lock, so you can just run away. So yeah, this is actually very cool. Okay, so remember the sprint lock that happens after you do an emote cancel? So this 1 second lock on all of your actions, except for several things like sliding or switching weapons. You can pull out an RPG and shoot it, that's no problem. You can also use your abilities. Your abilities just straight up cancel it out. And you can hop on zip lines or use any interactables. So this lock only applies on the first and second swing of the heavy attack. If you do an emote cancel during the animation of the third swing, the lock does not apply, and you are able to just swing immediately or do something else. Now we are going to be talking about sliding a lot, because that is the core focus of movement for the spear. There's really nothing else you can do as a fat ass other than cope and pick hammer when you lose, because there's really nothing else you can do, but now there is. So to start, you are able to slide out of the sprint lock. Just note that the lock will still apply even after you are finished sliding, so just watch out for that. So here's to the meat and bones of this stuff. You can initiate a heavy attack from a slide, and depending on how much momentum you had, it will transfer over, sort of, because the game itself will slow you down. So what you can do is hop on a horizontal zipline, and once you're fast enough, slide out of that, and then do the heavy attack. But as you can see here, it's a pretty long slide, and I can go off the building with this. In order to perform this correctly, you want to make sure that you're sprinting while doing this, so that the game still thinks you're sprinting and can initiate the slide during that heavy attack. It may take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to do. Now, the game actually gives you 2 slides. Just like from regular sprint, you can slide once and then slide again before you slow down completely. So both these slides you can also use during the heavy attack. And what you can do is you can kind of change the direction you go as well by like kind of aiming it and then holding W and then A or W and D. holding WD sometimes will cause it to fail, which is why I wouldn't recommend like going completely right or completely left. And overall, it's just a pretty cool technique, and you can extend the range of this heavy attack by a lot. And you can even emo cancel it like after 2 attacks or 1 attacks to really be flexible in how you want to attack. So here's a cool thing that you can do. So you can actually start a heavy attack during a jump while you're in the air. And then as you come down, you want to start the slide chain, which is slide, jump, and then slide again. What this will effectively do is, because you started the heavy attack earlier into the slide chain, by the time it ends, you won't have to deal with sprint lock anymore. Which means you can start another heavy attack immediately or do a light attack and finish off whoever you were fucking up. So if you did this, the distance won't actually change from if you did the heavy attack later. But yeah, just due to this, it's a very good timing to practice. And one more thing about emo canceling is instead of sliding out of it, you can also jump out of it and go directly into a jump slide or any of the combos. So if you time everything well, this will be the most optimal combo that you can do on enemy. So yeah, hopefully this forbidden knowledge improves your survivability and assists you in getting some cool kills. Once again, if you do know any crazy ass exploits, please put them in the comment section, as I am interested to know. That is it for me. Peace.